Alright, what's going on, everybody? The journey continues. Today I'm going to share with you the recipe that I use for protein waffles. I use the Faberware waffle maker I have right here. Alright, first thing I do is I use about 1.5 scoops of the ISO egg, this flavor, my Delta Sport. I use this stevia. This has been my favorite stevia. Sprinkle that. I have, next I put in pure vanilla extract there. After that, I use gluten-free oats, instant kind or fast cook kind. I have a 1/4 cup. That. Next ingredient that I use is coconut flour. Okay. Coconut flour, I like to use this one. I've used a lot of different ones. That one seems to be my favorite for this flavor and texture. I know they all should be the same, but yet they're not. I use one level, making sure a level 1/4 cup of that. Put that in there. Okay. Next, I only have a little left of it. I gotta get more. But this is the baking powder that I like a lot. And I use just a sprinkle of it. If you use too much, then I'm just gonna use the rest. I don't have much. If you use too much, it creates like a bitter taste to your waffle. You get more of that. Then I use organic cacao nibs. I sprinkle. Comes out to be about, probably say 2 tablespoons worth. Maybe 1.5. But you can decide how much you want to use. You can't use too much, obviously, because if you use too much, it's going to fill up the spaces in the waffle maker, make it harder for it to cook in certain areas. Then I like to use cacao powder. So it turns out like chocolate waffles because of this a little more, but if you don't want to use the cocoa powder, then you could just use different flavor protein, maybe. Okay, that's it. It's about a heaping tablespoons worth. I just eyeball it now. And the next ingredients would be, I use 6 egg whites here. So I'll do it while we're rocking here, just to show you. So I'm gonna crack 6. And then what I do is after the 6 egg whites, you could do what you want with the yolks. Everybody has their own decision on what they're going to do with the yolks they don't use. But anyway, so then what you do is you whip up the egg whites and the powder all together after you folded it. I say fold it because if you try to whip it straight away with all the powder, it's going to go flying everywhere. You're going to lose a lot of your powder that you put together. So then after you whip it up, I add a little bit of water depending on the consistency of your waffles. If you want to make a little thinner waffles, if you want them thicker, less waffles, but I like to make enough for about 2 waffle irons worth, so that's 8 waffles. So I use about 1/2 cup of water. Use filtered water, whatever water you choose. I'd never used like almond beverage or cashew milk, or I've never used that. I've always just used water, just based on my experience and temperature when it cooks and everything, and water just works better for me. So anyway, so I just cracked the 6 egg whites, as you saw here. Separate them. You could use your own quick methods to do whatever. Okay, so that's that. Alright, now you're going to gently fold and move around the consistency here, all the ingredients. Now the coconut flour is going to make it obviously a little thicker. Now during my contest prep, I've done it without coconut flour. Obviously it's not as thick. I've used it with just a quarter cup of oats alone, with all the other stuff, and it's still come out with the egg whites and everything. Still come out okay. It's just very thin waffles, but once you let them cool off, it kind of puffs a little bit up, and I mean, it works out. So, alright, so pretty much okay. What you have is like a little thick consistency here. You can see that there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pretty much I'm going to add the water. So I use the fridge Brita here. Okay. And then after I put the water in is when I plug the waffle maker in to get heated up, because if you do it any sooner, then the waffle maker gets all hot too soon. So I put it to medium heat, and this cord is going to get in the way for a minute, but we'll just have to deal with it. Alright, so anyway, so you get the water in there slowly. At first it'll seem like might be slightly too much water, but as you slowly mix it together and smush up the coconut flour and then start whipping the egg whites, it actually works out just fine. So you could always add water. Obviously it's hard to take water out after you put too much, so you could always just put some in, go about your mixing, and then add a little more water. So anyway, right now what I'm doing is just trying to get a good whipping of the egg whites with everything together. So, get this going here. I know it's so exciting whipping this up, but it's just for the sake of the process. I don't want to have to start and stop the video a bunch of times for you. So anyway, so mixing it all together. Cacao nibs, cocoa powder, coconut flour, quick cook oats, egg whites, and the baking powder. A little vanilla extract. It's all mixed in now. Alright, now my thing is I like to use, because it has a high burn temperature, you can heat it really high. This is coconut oil, so this coconut oil spray. You can get it in most supermarkets now. I just happen to get it here. Alright, so we'll give it a few seconds, and then it seems like it's getting pretty warm, not too hot, but alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this up here and spray every single square good. That's the key, because it's hot. You want it to not stick. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is pour less than you think in each one. So you pour too much, and then it starts toppling out of the sides, and you don't want that. So just eyeball it just till you see it's almost enough, and then stop, because like I said, once it starts to even itself out, you got too much, it's going to go over the sides. So, alright, so okay, that's that for now. Alright, okay, go, close it, let it do its thing. While that's going on, put some stuff back, put the eggs away, and show you what it looks like when it's done the first 4. If I was a little more video savvy, I'd have some music playing for you while I did my putting stuff away, but I'm not, so that's what you get. Alright, so I could hear it's cooking pretty good. Get a plate. Alright. I'll go 2 plates. All that steam, because obviously I used the water in there, is cooking off, helping it bake. So I'll be doing little videos here and there just to show you how I do things, how I make food, or just certain recipes. Not too crazy, but some stuff maybe people don't think of, or they do, but they don't add certain things to it. There's a lot of different things you can do with these, based on your preference, flavor. I've used goji berries before. They're very good, awesome to use because they get soft when you cook them. What else? Blueberries. Blueberries are tough if you're doing waffles though, because of the juice from them, because they run the water. So it's easier to do pancakes with them. A lot easier to do pancakes because obviously the sides of the pans and stuff catch everything. So, alright, let's see what we got. Okay, it's done. Then I take a spatula and just pry the corners off, and then lift it up a little bit with my finger to take it out. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll do the same thing with the rest of the batter and make another 4. But that's good for now. See how it's done. Got any questions, hit me up. The journey continues. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how your recipe comes out.